Recent headlines about Southern Water's Chief Executive Officer receiving a £183,600 bonus have sparked outrage among many. With rising water bills and service failures and environmental concerns, it's easy to understand the emotional reaction. But let's take a step back and examine this issue more objectively, considering the various stakeholders and the corporate governance framework at play. Southern Water, like other UK water utilities, operates in a complex environment shaped by privatisation, regulation and public expectations. The controversy centres around CEO Lawrence Gosden's total pay package of £764,000, including the bonus, despite the company facing criticism from regulators and proposing significant bill increases. To understand this situation better, let's consider 4 theoretical perspectives. 1. Agency theory. This theory focuses on aligning executive interests with shareholders. Southern Water claims that over 50% of bonus targets are linked to regulatory outcomes. But does this truly serve the long-term interests of the company and its stakeholders? 2. Managerial power theory. This perspective suggests that executives can influence their own compensation. The significant increase in Mr. Gosden's pay package raises questions about the balance of power between the board and executives. 3. Upper echelons theory. This theory emphasises the importance of executive characteristics and experience. Gosden's 30+ years in the water sector might be seen as valuable for navigating the company's challenges, but at what cost? 4. New institutional theory. This considers how organisations adopt similar practices due to external pressures. We see this in the trend of high executive compensation across water companies, despite public concerns. It's as if these companies are following an unwritten rulebook, copying each other's practices. Now, let's consider the key stakeholders. Shareholders, represented by institutional investors, have a say-on-pay vote on executive remuneration. How might they balance short-term returns with long-term sustainability? Regulators like Ofwat are taking steps to curb bonuses in the water industry. But how effective can regulation be in a privatised system? Customers face rising bills and service issues. How can their interests be better represented in corporate decision making? The board of directors, particularly the remuneration committee, must justify their decisions within the UK Corporate Governance Code's comply or explain principle. Are they striking the right balance? It's crucial to note that while headlines focus on the bonus, the broader issues of water management, infrastructure investment and environmental protection are equally, if not more, important. So, what questions should we be asking in the light of this analysis? Well, one question is, how can executive compensation be tied more effectively to long-term sustainability and customer satisfaction? Another question might be, is the current regulatory framework sufficient to ensure that water companies prioritise public interest over profit? A third question could be, how can we increase transparency and accountability in the corporate governance of essential utilities? And a fourth question, should we reconsider the privatised model for water services, or are there ways to improve the current system? For professionals advising on executive compensation, there are important lessons to be distilled from this analysis. One question might be, to consider broader stakeholder impacts. Why don't you look beyond shareholder returns to include customer satisfaction, environmental performance and long-term sustainability if you can convince your clients that this will be in the best interests of all stakeholders. A second avenue might be to get your clients to enhance transparency. Provide clear, jargon-free explanations of how compensation decisions align with company performance and stakeholder interests. And a third way may be to implement robust performance metrics. Ensure that the bonus criteria that you help remuneration committees to set are closely tied to meaningful improvements in service quality and efficiency. And then how about making sure that you encourage true independence among board members? Advise on structures that maintain a healthy balance of power between executives and the board. While the emotional reaction to high executive pay amid service failures and price increases is understandable, addressing these complex issues requires a nuanced approach. It involves balancing financial incentives, regulatory oversight, public expectations, and long-term sustainability. As citizens and consumers, let alone as professional advisors, we should engage with these questions, demand transparency, and participate in the ongoing dialogue about how our essential services are managed. Only through informed, emotion-free discussion and civic engagement can we hope to shape a water management system that serves all stakeholders fairly and sustainably.